Good morning. I'm kind of sort of still getting things set up here. What in the world is that? Okay, there's right. This screen is wrong. Windows Daily Helpline number 293, September 19th, 2023, 9 o'clock a.m. And I am seated today. Canceled yesterday's show and rescheduled for today. I had a rough weekend of migraines. So I'm still a little bit, I'm about 95% back to normal. Taking a little bit of a chill approach today. And which way am I going to go? Oh, I guess I got to get an audio check. All right, I'm going to go do that. Let's see if, yep. All right, I got audio confirmation. I do have some things for Tim today. I saw that he's in chat. And I have a few other things on the list for today. I'm going to come right over to the chat room and open up there today. Nick Poverman, the new sweater I ordered had a lot of static, so I called the company to return it. They offered to send me a new one free of charge. Oh, by the way, I have the microphone set up a little bit different today. Tell me if the sound is okay. Don't say it's okay, say sound is okay. Brian Lightfoot, I got fired from my job at the bank today. An old lady came in and asked me to check her check her balance. So I pushed her over. Okay, that is a laugh out loud on the level that I couldn't even finish reading it. Chris Garrett, may the bird of paradise fly up your nose? Ew. Gross. Darren Gilholm, hello. Chris Garrett, hello. John Williams, good morning, hello. Tim Cruz, hello. What, you mean you pushed her over, Brian? Yeah, you pushed her over. That's the joke. Tim, did you not get the joke? Alice says, hi all, great trailer. Tim, would you like to work on my laptop if possible? I really appreciate it. Possibly tomorrow, Tim. I possibly connect remote to your computer tomorrow and see if we can finish that up. I want to talk about it a little bit today, and you could come in on Zoom tomorrow, Wednesday. Are you available for that tomorrow? Tim says, I missed you guys yesterday. I'm so happy to be back on regular schedule. Robert, God bless you, love you. Rick Lakes, Selden Ball with the weather report. Ken Stout here. Lawn Dog checking in, but I'm kind of not here. I got a lot going on, but I'm listening. Alrighty then. Been there, done that. I'm Ran Israel. Get well soon. Yeah, I'm clearly on the path to being well. Let's see, where did I get bounced to? Sound is okay. Sound is okay. Thank you. I actually work. Oh, Tim works tomorrow. All right, so tomorrow doesn't work. Hello, Zvi. Thank you. Be well. Take better care of yourself. Yes, I did not take good enough care of myself on beginning Friday. Friday is when my symptoms began. And if I would have canceled a few things that I was doing and chilled out, I could have prevented the migraine episode that I have over the weekend. So I did not. I should have started taking care of myself on Friday and Saturday. Tim says he's off on Thursday, so let's do that Thursday, Tim. Friday I work. Ran Israel, orange. Orange. That you hit me in orange? Is that what you're referring to? Am I missing something about what you're referring to? Alice says feel better. Okay, so then I'm gonna go bring up other stuff that I had. Well, let's start with talking about Tim's stuff. After Saturday's session, a few people have provided some information, some links and stuff. So I went and read the manual. And I think the solution for Tim's issue, and I'm not going to re-describe all of what we were going through for Tim. It was Saturday's show. If you're not familiar with that, don't worry about it. I'm thinking that there's some pieces of the story that Tim hasn't told me about. Not that he's withheld information, just how much detail do you give? So in a Zoom session with Tim, I'd like to have some conversation about a little bit more about the background. But I think the solution for this is going to be somewhere in any of these, what, three or four things. The instructions tell us that we can't have a double NAT. We have a double NAT currently because the router is a network address translation, that's NAT, NAT, and the internet connection sharing is a NAT. So we have to disable the network address translation from the internet connection sharing as one possible way, and I haven't even checked yet to see if we can do that. But the other thing is, I'm thinking that Tim might have been mistaken when he said that this was previously done through internet connection sharing because it could have been done through bridge. We could bridge the Ethernet adapter and the Wi-Fi adapter so that the repeater, the cellular repeat booster, cell booster, can think that it's directly connected to the router when it actually isn't. That could be the solution. So far it could be by turning off network address translation for the internet connection sharing, or it could be using bridge instead of internet connection sharing. Also, there's the activation. The device has to be activated, and we don't know that that was done. Now, Tim already has the app on his phone for doing activation, but was that app installed from the previous cell booster, or was it from this cell booster? When you get that cell booster, it's supposed to have a one of those, the graphic thing that's on the box that you use with your cell phone. Take a picture of it to load an app. So if this app was loaded from the prior device, it might have been an older version of the app. The device configuration that we saw on that app might have been from the prior device. Was the prior device actually in Tim's home, or was it maybe somewhere else? He also mentioned about this YouTube video that he used to originally configure the device. And I'm wondering, okay, well, why didn't you just go back and do that? Maybe he doesn't know, he couldn't find that YouTube video, or I'm thinking maybe there was someone else working with him when he did the first configuration with the original device. So there's some pieces missing from the story, I think, that might help us understand what's going on. Does that matter? It might not matter. If we can just bridge the Wi-Fi adapter and the Ethernet adapter and it just starts working, or maybe all we have to do is activate the device because we did prove that the device was seeing the internet through the internet connection sharing. Now, I've kind of done a lot of rambling there. I don't expect any of you to follow that, except for those of you who are really had your heads into this on Saturday. Don't worry about it. Don't ask for, you don't need an explanation now about it. But on Thursday, I think we got a good shot at getting that resolved. Tim says he needs to look at it again. Yes, it was the same app as the older version. So let's not try to answer all those questions now, Tim. We'll answer those on Thursday, but you got an idea of the direction that I want to go with this on Thursday. Let's go ahead and see what else we got in chat right now. Sounds like a plan. Dog. It sounds like a plan, dog. That's the cool person's lingo, right? You're on your other users, so DougBetts is not showing on. Oh, I see. Grandpa Doug. Oh, yes. Thank you for that. Now I understand what you're saying with the orange. So I'll come up here and switch account to Live Windows Training. That's what you are saying. Now, yeah, so see, now I don't see that Live Windows Training here, DougBetts, is not showing orange. I think I have to go refresh this. Oh boy. All right, let's go do this. I'm going to go refresh this page and then pop out chat again. Yeah, I see lots of orange. And sounds like a plan. You're on your other user. Lots of orange. Brian made a bird pair. Oh, was a humorous song by Jimmy Dickens in 1965. Really? All right. I'll I just did a Control C copy for that. and go create a calendar item and paste that. And I will go look at that later. I took that off screen because I didn't know what else was on my calendar for today. Excuse me. Nick Poverman, to me, what was your first Windows-based computer? Mine was a Packard Bell SX2 486 with 2 megabytes of RAM and 40 megabyte hard drive. Well, my first Windows-based computer, my first computer was DOS-based. So my first Windows-based computer would probably have been when I launched Windows 3.0 on a DOS computer, but Windows 3.0 wasn't really a bootable operating system. It was an application that runs on top of DOS. And it was an IBM XT that was purchased by my employer. Then the first one that I bought for myself was an AMQ, transportable computer. It was about the size of a portable sewing machine, and the keyboard folded up onto the front of the computer, and it had a handle. I could carry it. I had to carry it kind of leaning sideways because it was so heavy it would pull me over if I didn't lean to the other side. But that was a DOS computer. It booted on a 5.25-inch floppy disk, and I had a second 5.25-inch floppy disk to run programs from. Then I eventually got a hard card, which is a adapter board that I installed in the computer into a slot, and it was a hard drive on a card. It was done through Bridge. Oh, he's saying it was done through Bridge. So he led us down the garden path, the wrong path, when he started out saying that this was internet connection sharing was the way to do it. And now when I say Bridge, he's remembering it. So we'll go to Bridge. Yes, QR code. I don't know why every time I try to talk about that on camera, I can't think of it. Yes, it was the same app. So he had the same app on the phone as the old device, and it was done through Bridge. Needs to look for it again. I think he's going to look for that YouTube video. I feel like we kind of are going to get this resolved. I can delete the other one that's on the list so it won't get confused. Yeah, we got to delete the one that's on your app. Okay, no problem. Hey, I figured that one out. NP is no problem. Greg M. My thinking, too, regarding registering the booster, since this particular one had not been used before on his account, absolutely. We need to be registering it. Orange is the new Doug. Let's see, what was the show? Orange. Oh, yeah, it was Orange, wasn't it? The jail, the women's prison. Oh, Yellow is the new Orange or something like that. What was that called? That it was a show. I don't know on what streaming service it was. I enjoyed Orange is the New Black. That's it. Orange is the New Black. Yeah, I enjoyed that show. Dennis, my first modern PC was the AST loaded with Windows 95. In the company that I worked for before I went independent for my own business, we used a lot of AST computers. And those, I think we started with DOS 3.1, but then we were buying those with Windows 95. It was Netflix, Today's Color Orange. Today's color is orange, 10 hours worth. Oh, on Ken's show? All right, ran Israel for a moment. I thought Dog was doing Led Zeppelin with that ramble on. Me too. I finished watching the whole show. It was so good. Alice, my first PC was Windows 98, used Apple PCs. So I need to get on to something else. That came to me by email. Aiden Standing. Troublesome MacBook is the title of this. Hi, Doug. Yet another computer problem, and this time it's a MacBook. Now, I think Aiden and perhaps Pineapple Road also, and maybe they're co-workers. I'm not sure. And actually, I'm going to go take a peek here. I was intending to go look at this before starting the show. And see if I've got this here. Because I thought I might have something about Aiden standing. No, I don't have records of where he is. I think he's in the tech department of a school system. Oops, I want to get back to this email. Whoops. Come on, stop doing that, Doug. What did we just do? Um, over here, Aiden standing. I know you probably aren't familiar with this type of computer, but any suggestions you would have be appreciated. Although I'm expecting it to not be fixable. I think that's the case. This is the message it displays if I try to skip connecting it to the internet. I should point out this MacBook is not a brand new unit. It was purchased used. As to how long ago, I'm not sure. If you need to enlarge these images, click on them. You should be able to zoom in. Click on that one. A critical software update is required for your Mac. Connect to a network to install it. And he's currently selected. My computer does not connect to the internet. Look at what else he said here. And when I do connect to the internet after attempting to do something that displays this error, I don't know how long how long it has had this error. Computers come to Aiden from the other users, and I think it's in a school environment. Critical software update is required for your Mac, but an error was encountered while installing this update. He goes further. Don't make your conclusions yet. I can bypass the error by holding down Shift on boot, which starts in safe mode. However, this is not ideal. Holding down Shift on boot seems to cause it to not correctly register passwords. When I set a password when going through the setup process, which Mac operating system forces me to do, it then won't recognize the password if I log out and try logging in again or do anything that triggers a password prompt. I have tried reinstalling the Mac operating system several times, tried using internet recovery and a USB drive with the bootable installer. I get the same error every time. I've also tried different versions of Mac OS, but it makes no difference. The screenshot below shows the specs. This MacBook is currently running an older version of Mac OS, one which is not supported anymore. It's currently running an operating system, this version that's not supported anymore. The latest version this machine can officially run is version 12. This machine currently has version 10.15. The current, most recent version is 13, but this machine isn't compatible with that version. If I try running version 12 on it, it is incredibly slow if I use Shift key to get around the problem to the point to where it takes ages to do anything. The latest version that this machine can run is version 12, but it's really slow when you run that. Well, that's because the computer isn't strong enough hardware-wise to run the most recent version. It was built before version 12 was ever created. Version 12 was not created with the intent, with the directive to, hey guys, be sure this runs well on the oldest possible machines that it can run on. No. So you're between a rock and a hard place, beating your head against the wall, trying to get the most recent version that this computer can run to run acceptably. No, hang it up, move on. It's time to replace this computer. I'm not entirely sure, but it seems to me like it may be showing early signs of cable failure. Here's another red flag. Move on. This model is known to have an issue with the display cable. Another red flag. Move on. So I'm not sure how far I want to go with trying to fix this issue. You don't. When it could have another one down the road. So you go tell whoever you need to report to that you checked with a bunch of other technicians, and they all said, because I'm sure the chat room's going to agree with me, they said, it's not worth fixing. Move on. I'm not sure how far one trying to fix the issue. Now, as far as installing the update, it could be that the updater engine that's trying to do the updates is not able to get along with the older version of operating system that's on this computer and perhaps the older hardware of this computer. It's just not supported anymore. Now, one thing I didn't quite get out of this is that this version 12, is it still supported by Mac? I suspect that it is, but this computer is just too old to run reasonably with that version of the operating system. As you may notice, the touch bar doesn't appear to work. So here's the touch bar up here. See, it's all dark. Down here, he's shown us the way that it's supposed to look. It's supposed to have these buttons. Those aren't physical buttons. I believe those are touch bar lighted buttons. That's the way it's supposed to look. This photo of one of the other MacBooks shows what it should look like. The other one is a newer model, which has a physical escape key. Irrelevant. He's just saying that this escape key right here doesn't exist on the older models. This MacBook has the latest version of Mac OS on it, at least at the time when I'm writing this. He was writing this a few days ago. It might not be the most recent version anymore, because that was a few days ago. With the one that has the error, was it a few days ago? It might have been yesterday, I'm not sure. With the one that has the error, if it does turn out to be a logic board issue, then there's no hope of fixing it. Even if it is SSD or RAM related, it will be unfixable as those components are soldered to the board. And if it ends up being a take it to Apple thing, then it probably would be better to replace the entire machine. You've got more than 3 strikes against this machine. It's just, maybe it could be fixed theoretically, scientifically, but it is not worth it. Move on. Yeah, hang it up. Put it out to pasture, take it out in the backyard and shoot it, put it out of its misery. We just need to let go of it. Let's see, if I go over here to Windows, I'm going to see if I had other things flagged for today. That email from Aiden was yesterday that he wrote it. Then looking at things that I had flagged for yesterday. Oh, here we go. Yes. George Armstrong. I've got his email address concealed at the top. He says, "Hi, Doug. After watching your enjoyable stream, Windows Daily 292, I thought, let's just see what title and poem AI could write about Doug's computer dusting." Now, this is in relation to the clips that I showed of blowing out the Big Beast build with a vacuum cleaner on the exhaust port and then with the leaf blower. Here it is. Dust, the silent enemy of productivity in the digital age. That's the title. He said, let's see what title the AI would give us. Let's see. I'm gonna see if I can fill up more of the screen with that. In Doug's den, a dusty haze. His computer sighed in a silent craze. With a vacuum hose, he took the stand to clear the dust with a gentle hand. The nozzle hummed like a gentle breeze as it sucked the dust with graceful ease. From every crevice it pulled away, leaving a clean and dust-free display. Doug knew the magic of this endeavor to keep his PC running forever. With a vacuum's help, he made it right. His computer gleamed, now shining bright. Bravo! The people clap, all the applause in the background for the very clever poem. AI poem, artificial intelligence poem. Now, I was trying to see if I had other things flagged for today, and I didn't get to the right place for that. Oh, yes, here. Let's see, can I show all of this? Yes, I can show all of this. See all of these things I flagged from links that you guys had from Saturday's show with Tim Cruz's cell booster issue. I have looked through all of that. I did read through the manual, and I think we are likely going to solve that issue. On Thursday is the plan. Oh, let's go do something else. Let's go see what I need to do for redirecting, because I think redirecting, is that the way to pronounce it? I think I heard Ken say that he has a premiere. No, I do not see a premiere for Ken. I will refresh the page. Maybe he said maybe he was going to do a premiere. Let's see. Edit. No show. He says no show today. I see that in chat, so I will stop looking. Oh, wait a minute. I could redirect to somebody else though, right? Customization. redirect. Josh has a whole bunch of shows, and Dennis. Um, what is Dennis got here? Oh, that's our show tomorrow morning. That's our play tomorrow morning. Oh, that's interesting. I must not be subscribed to my Fortnite channel, is why that doesn't show up here. Is Josh got that's September 22nd? No, I'm not going to do. I'm just not going to do any today. All right. Here's my last. Dennis, by the way, I finished those birthday requests, and that's a Fortnite reference. Ran to Ken. This is the first time I get to say sorry before my time. Getting close to where I think it's a heavy balloon. Who remembers the days of master and slave drives and setting jumpers? I do. Oh, boy, do I ever. Yes. Master and slave jumpers. And ribbon cables. Ribbon cables at one end, one connector was for the first drive, and the other connector was for the second drive. Ken will explain on tonight's show. I'm not sure if that's in response to somebody else or to something I said. You might want to do a fresh, clean install, fresh copy of the Mac. He did do that. He reported in that email. Maybe I feel like I didn't read that to you, but he did reinstall several different versions of operating system. That did not help. Call Apple support. That's not going to be help when the computer's out of support. It's no longer supported by Apple. I worked with jumpers way back in the day. Glad those days are over. My first computer was a compact portable. Yes, this AMQ portable, it was like a compact portable. Very similar. Could make Lotus 123 sing. And I did use Lotus 123 on that. And Symphony. A program called Symphony, which was the big brother to Lotus 123. It added database capabilities and word processing capabilities on top of Lotus 123. Go to the Apple store. Not now. Give it up. Don't try to fix that computer. 7-year-old Mac per the screenshot. Yeah, don't do that. Used to drive me crazy, no pun intended. Actually like messing with jumpers. It's end of life. Time to sell it for parts. Once the time I got a hang of it, it took a while. It can be fixable by third-party shops. Yeah, technically it could be fixed, not worth it. Don't do it. Scared. Ran has an echo. No show golfing at 1 p.m. Tim's going to do a show. Any Carrie show today? Nope, because it's not scheduled yet if there is. Dennis will have something scheduled on YouTube at 2 p.m. local. My show is scheduled. Tim, you need to do a better job of your shows, frankly. All right. But you are getting practice. When people are going to your show, I saw people going to your show, you're doing better. You know what? I think my comment, I'm gonna retract my comment a little bit. I've gone into some of your other shows that weren't right after my audience comes to you. You're getting good practice. So for those of you that are going to hang with Tim, you are helping him get practice with his shows. I want to challenge you to do you go back and watch your shows, Tim? It's really important that you go back and watch your shows later and think of it like, would I enjoy watching this show? If I stumbled across this channel, would I enjoy watching this? You are doing better. So let's go after doing that refresh. And see, some of your shows that I've just jumped into when you're doing it some other time, you aren't talking to the audience. How come you're not here? It's not showing up. It's 9:30. Let's go over here, go to channel, see what you've got. Notify me. 9:30. Let's see. I'll pick a share. and a copy. Let's make sure that I am subscribed with notifications. It's a live stream. Let's go back and refresh. It should show up here in my redirects. Because I think I've redirected to you before, haven't I? You have to have in your YouTube studio. There it is. All right. All right. There we go. That's true. Yes, I do. We'll start to. My stream later will be. Here's Dennis's stream. So you can click on that now. It'll open up in a new tab, and you can just let that tab sit open. And when that actually starts running, you'll just hear it running. John Williams, you sound very tired today. Yeah, I'm still trying to recover. During Fortnite, I claimed that I'm at 95% recovered, and I'm not sure that's true. I said, yes, I have. All right, that's it. And see, I'm actually sitting down. Did you notice that I'm in a chair? I had to do some rearrangements to make that work. There's the email address if you want to send a question by email or a comment on any of my videos, or you can ask questions in the chat room. Myself in the chat room stand ready to help you to respond to your questions with 95% accuracy. What? Yeah, 95% accuracy. I think that's reasonable. For free. Have a good day, everybody. Goodbye.